Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Isaac from Guns for Everyone. I'm going to do the short version of open carry laws in the state of Colorado. What makes this difficult for people is that there's no real open carry law. There's not like a single statute that you can point to say this is the open carry law. Essentially, the way it works is because it's not prohibited, it is allowed. So most of what constitutes the open carry laws are laws around where types of property where you can take a gun and the people who are allowed to own or possess a firearm. So let's start with who can. You have to be 18 years old to open carry. You have to be 18 years old to possess a firearm in public. And you have to be a legal resident or a U.S. citizen. So if you're allowed to be here, green card, permanent resident, etc., or you're a citizen and you're 18 years old, you can do it. Exclusions, people who can't do it. Obviously, anyone under 18, convicted felon, prohibited person. Prohibited persons, like any other court-ordered prohibition on possessing a firearm. So that can happen if the court determines that you abuse alcohol too much. That can happen for mental health reasons. There could be a lot of reasons why you're a prohibited person. If you are a prohibited person, you probably already know you're a prohibited person, so we don't need to get into a lot of detail on that. And obviously, if you're not a legal resident or U.S. citizen, you cannot possess or carry a firearm. Where can you? Anywhere where not prohibited. So that's pretty easy. You can open carry in all the places where it's not prohibited. So what does that mean? Well, say you can't on federal property. Generally speaking, on federal property, exceptions to that would be national forests. You can open carry in the national forest. Public property, where prohibited. So state offices, city offices, county property, city property, etc., etc. You cannot open carry on public property where it is prohibited. As an example, in Colorado Springs, under the city code, under the Colorado Springs City Code, the open display of firearms is not prohibited in libraries, the DMV, police stations, etc. So there are city codes to prevent open carry on those types of property in Colorado Springs. Many state properties do not allow open carry. You have to do your research to figure out all the places that do and don't. Educational facilities. And this is due to the law that passed, I believe it was last year in 2024 or 2023, that prohibited the carrying of firearms on any school property, including vocational schools, universities, colleges, public schools, private schools. Basically, any place that offers education to the public is off limits for the carrying of firearms. I didn't put up here your vehicle. Technically, there is no such thing as open or concealed carry in your vehicle. You can carry a loaded handgun in your vehicle in the state of Colorado, provided you're 18 years old or older, not a prohibited person, and you can do that anywhere in the state except for onto federal property, specific federal property, military bases, post office property, things like that. So open carry is not really a thing in your car. Concealed carry is not really a thing in your car. The law simply says that that you can carry a loaded handgun in your vehicle for personal protection in your private means of conveyance. There is a misconception that because open carry is banned in the city of Denver that you can't carry a gun in your car in the city of Denver. That's not true. There is statewide preemption for carrying in your vehicle period. Rifles and shotguns cannot be carried loaded in your vehicle. They can be carried anywhere in the vehicle, but they cannot be loaded. Handguns can be loaded. This is a quick rundown of where you can and you can't. The only statute that expressly addresses the open display of firearms in public is Colorado Revised Statute 189106(1)F, which essentially says that a firearm that is displayed with the intent to cause alarm or fear, fear might not be in the word, but alarm, that is disorderly conduct. So the legislative and the court, what's the word I'm looking for? The body of decisions around the legislature and the courts over the last several decades in Colorado does not interpret open carrying as the intent to cause alarm. So merely carrying the gun is not grounds to indicate that you have intent to cause alarm. It would be if you did something with the gun on top of that. I forgot to write one more up here for can't. This is new. You cannot carry within a certain distance of polling places. I can't remember if it's 100 yards or something like that. So these are the places where you can't do it. Understand that any city or county or town can control how they do open carry on their property, on the property owned by the city. Denver has a home rule. Denver is allowed to prohibit open carry anywhere in the city. Most other conditions, it's specific laws within the city about where you can and cannot open carry. And I don't have time to address all that in the video, but if you stick around for the long form video, I will explain that in more detail and where you can find more information on those restrictions. Check out gunsforeveryone.com, gfenational.com. We do free concealed carry classes across the state of Colorado, as well as occasionally in other places. If you want more information, type your questions in the comments. I will answer all questions if you post them in the comments. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.